Okay, so there were some questions about the plan. Some people were still a little confused. So, and I know there are also some issues. People had some hard time opening up the PowerPoint and viewing the videos that explain Friedman, and you really sort of need that to help put your plan together. So I am going to extend the date for the plan, which means I'll probably extend the date a little bit for the first draft as well. I have, so you know, put onto the PowerPoint by the embedded videos, I have put links to the YouTube videos for that particular video. I also have, if you want, I can send out. I have put them all into a playlist. So like the Friedman, explaining the Friedman argument. All the videos for that PowerPoint are now on a single playlist on YouTube, so I can send those to you as well. So make sure you take a look at that. As far as figuring out how to do the plan, if you go to our Sakai site and you go into Unit 1, and inside Unit 1 you click on Paper 1 and open that up, one of the PDFs on there says, Tips for Writing Paper Number 1, read this one first. And if you open that up, it gives you the tips for writing paper 1. And on, let's see, page, let me scroll down here for a second.
Say that word.
On page 6 of 6, so on the last page, it says plan for paper 1. Your plan for paper 1 should look something like this. And so that should help you out to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking for the plan. A plan for a paper, it's sort of like an informal outline. And what you need to do is put your thesis statement down, whatever you're going to write for your thesis statement, and then all of the main rhetorical strategies you plan to talk about. So those would sort of be, like if it was an actual outline, a formal outline, those would be your Roman numerals. So ethos, logos, pathos, most likely will be 3 of the main things you talk about. Other things that most people talk about in their paper that you would probably put on your plan would be claim of policy, the fact that this is a claim of policy argument. You would talk about how Friedman sets it up with the problem and then the solution. If you are going to talk about claim of policy, make sure you talk about that first, because it makes sense to put that first in your paper. Some other things that people tend to talk about would be word choice, tone, but claim of policy, ethos, logos, and pathos probably would be enough to get all 5 of your pages. And word choice can even fall inside, often can fall inside of pathos. So that's what, those would be the Roman numeral ones, which you don't have to put in Roman numeral 1 because it's an informal outline, your plan. So if you take a look at the last slide on there for the plan for paper, and it says plan for paper 1, you'll see that it says ethos, and then there's a little dash, establishes herself as expert, and then another dash, and it says makes herself one with the audience. So ethos would be that, like that Roman numeral 1, and then the little dashes would be the A and the B underneath there. So basically I'm breaking it up into pieces. So if this were actually my paper in APA format, ethos would be a level 1 heading, and establishes herself as expert would be a level 2 heading, and makes herself one with the audience would also be a level 2 heading underneath ethos. And then it says here you will actually put an example of the strategy and an explanation of how and why Friedman uses it for her particular audience, and then another example, etc. So the more detailed your plan, the easier it is to write your paper. So it's a good idea not just to put in general what you're going to be writing as in, well, ethos, establishes herself as expert, and makes herself one with the audience. Okay, but how does she do that? Put an example in so that you know when you're going to write it, you know where to look for these examples in Friedman's argument. So that's what I'm looking for in the plan. Hopefully that helps. I do want it actually as a Word doc and submit it on Sakai. And I will be looking at those. That way I can give you some feedback so I know that you're on the right track and you know that you're on the right track. So make sure you get those in. I will be, actually I'll do it right now while I'm videoing myself. I'm going to go to assignments. And let's see, plan for paper 1. I will edit that, and I will make it due
ignore it unless I see a menu.
Sunday.
Okay.
I am being so nice.
It's like a
Just
dam.
remember how nice I'm being when you fill out my evaluations.
Yeah,
Um,
I understand.
Okay.
So I'm making it Sunday.
I
If you've already turned it in,
Then
that's
you
not a
say,
problem. There are unlimited
oh,
resubmissions, so you can always resubmit.
Okay.
If you resubmit, basically the one you've already submitted, the old one will disappear and the new one will take its place. So go ahead and resubmit if you want to. And
Do I have it or not? Am I possessed or not?
okay,
I have the
so
video.
now it is
If
due
I
on
am
Sunday,
back,
which gives you some more
do I
time.
have the video?
If you're still a little confused or need some assistance, then I suggest coming to see me, calling me.
And you have
If you send me an
already the
email,
selection
maybe
and
send me what you have as your plan so that way I kind of have something to respond to. Let me know if you have any more questions. Thanks.